Hey everybody!
Hi,
It's Tate
and Kameryn.
We're here with your last senior craft of this year's summer program. So we're really sad to see it end, but we have a really fun craft for you guys. It's because this week is biology week. Even the crafts are a little sciencey, but we like science, don't we,
Yeah.
Kameryn? So we have some candy. So from your kit, you're just going to want to grab your little container that has candy, toothpicks, a few marshmallows, and some string in it. There should be 2 pieces of string. And so what we're going to be making is, I'll show you guys this. It's this. So this is a DNA model. So it's basically just kind of it looks like the structure of DNA, except it's not twisted like a DNA would be like. It's called a double helix, so it's basically like 2 lines, but then they're swirled weird. You've probably seen that like before. When anyone talks about genetics, that's generally the picture that they will show or whatever. But we're going to show you how, like, the actual separate parts of DNA, and we're going to make a little structure with you guys. You could eat this afterwards. I'm not saying I recommend it, but you could. It might be a bit old, but you could eat it. But keep in mind there's black licorice in here. So if you don't like it, it might have stunk up all the other candy in here. And I'm sorry about that, but we needed licorice, and there wasn't any other kind except like black and red. Well, if only I could find like the rainbow stuff.
Yeah.
At least, yeah. So from your home, you're just gonna need some tape, and then you might need scissors just to cut the tape though. So if you can just cut the tape without the scissors, you won't need any scissors. So we've got this little reference one here. So let's just get right into it.
So open your container and get out your 2 pieces of string. Yep, you'll have 2 there.
So the first thing you're gonna want to do is on one end of both of these. Oh, there's a knot in this one. On one end of both of these, you're going to want to put some tape just so the licorice doesn't fall off. So I did like little squares. You could do like something like a little crumpled, so I basically just did like a square like that, and then I folded it over because like it's not going to fall off that, but you can do whatever shape or whatever you want. You might also just want to check and see and make sure that your strings are the same size, because you might need to cut one of them if they're a little bit of a different size. So like for instance, okay, no, these ones are the same size, but if yours are a little bit of a different size, then you might need to cut them because they should be the same size.
Okay, so now
Next thing you're going to do is you're going to, like this one, you're going to put the licorice on in a pattern of, you can do black red or red black, but I think you should do red black because I think there's more reds than there are black for licorice. I did that on purpose. So we actually gave you guys, you should have like 2 pieces of licorice. Some of them might be cut up into a few little things already. And some of them might just be like 2 pieces of full licorice like this. Either way, you're just going to want to cut them into, you're going to want 8 reds and 6 blacks. Or you could do 8 blacks and 6 reds, whichever way you want to do it. But so you're going to want them all to be about the same size, but you don't have to worry too much about them being perfect or anything.
you just cut them to the same size.
Yeah, to about the same size.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're going to do that, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we've cut 8 red ones that are about this size and 6 black ones that are about this size. Just remember, if you're using the end pieces that like this, you're going to want to cut them off like this or a little bit more so that you have the hole, because what you're going to be doing is stringing them on the string, right? So if you don't have a hole in one end, you can't very well string it. So then at camera we can each do a string. But what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of red licorice and your string, and you're going to stick the string, the hole, bring it all the way down to that tape there. Then you're going to take a black one and do the same thing. So red, black kind of thing. And just keep in mind that, you know, some pieces of licorice are a bit more squished than others. So if you have like an end that's not sticking, it might be because, like, that's not going through the string, might be because your piece of licorice is a little squished and doesn't have a hole. That's just how they're manufactured sometimes. So that's why we gave you extra licorice in case you have a few. And some of them, even when you get it through, you're really like this one, you're really gonna have to pull it. And don't be afraid to pull it through if it's being mean. So yeah, and they're not the exact same size, all of them, but it's okay. Doesn't really matter. And yeah, this black licorice smells a little nasty. Sorry if any of you like black licorice and I've offended you. I just really don't like it. Do you like black licorice, Kameryn?
No, I don't.
I don't think I've ever met a kid who liked black licorice. I know adults who like black licorice though, and I don't get it. I can't say that I... Sarah said that she likes black licorice. Well, we got lots of it. We're gonna finish this and be right back, guys. So we've got our 2 pieces here. Kameryn and I each one. Next thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to put tape on the other end of this. The licorice should stay. You don't necessarily have to put tape on the other end, but I would recommend it just in case, depending if your licorice is a little bit loose or something, you can put tape on the end. The same way you did in the beginning, but you can keep a little bit of room for like to hold it, because you're going to want to hold one of the sides up or something, right? And then whatever excess is out the top of it, if there is any, because there probably will be, you can just snip it off so that you have your little piece of tape, however you want to tape it. But then you also have some string to hold it here, or, you know, or to like put it onto something or something like that. Anyways, so we've got our 2 sides of this. So to kind of get into more of the science of this, we have DNA, which is what we're making, stands for deoxyribonucleic acid, which is really fun. And so you've probably heard that DNA is like your genetic blueprints or instructions or something like that. So everything is made up of cells. Well, I mean, like atoms, but then in bigger, there are cells. And so your cells, which make up your body, all have a nucleus, which is, in this sense at least, nucleus is used in a few other terms in like chemistry and biology, but in the term of a cell, it is like the kind of like the little brain of a cell. Cell doesn't really have the brain, but it's like the kind of tells the cell kind of what to do, and it holds your DNA, which is then replicated to make new cells or for lots of different other things. I'm not going to get into too much of the complicated of it, but so it holds your DNA, which is your genetic blueprints, which make you who you are. Just a human, but also an individual. You get what I'm saying?
So now you're going to put
this
a
is like
marshmallow.
these are like the backbone of it. So you've got like I think I said it's like and there's like ribose sugars and we're like that, but this is like the backbone. So then you have your nucleotides that are attached to it, which is really what is different about everyone's DNA, is the sequence of your nucleotides. And so we use nucleotides. We have a letter that represents them. So we have there's thymine, so that's a T. There's it's cytosine, which is a C. Then we have guanine, which is G. And then is it adenine?
Yep.
Yeah, it's adenine. And so A's and T's go together and G's and C's go together. And I remember that by G and C look similar, and then T and A are the ones that don't look similar.
Okay, so you're going to get your toothpick and put 1 yellow marshmallow and then a orange on one side and a green on the other side for the gummy bears.
Yep, and that can be either, that can represent either your A and T and their bond, because the marshmallow is the bond between them, or it can represent your C and G and the bond between them. Then you're going to do the same thing with a green marshmallow in between and a yellow and red gummy bears on either side of that. And so just like Kameryn did, I don't know if she showed you, but what you're then going to do is the first one, you're going to stick it into the top. So you have your 2 DNA strands attached like that. You're going to stick it into somewhere into the first like little rung of licorice. And then with your second one, you're going to put it into the next rung of licorice. And just be careful not to poke yourself. And then you can do any combination for the rest of them. You can do...
Oh, you're going to want to skip the black one, though.
Oh, oops. Sorry, they only go... The black one represents, like, the sugars in your DNA. And so you only want to put them on the red one. I got so excited that I got confused. But you can make any combination of them. So you can have... You can do more... I think we gave you enough to do 2 of each. So 2 A's and C's and... Not A's and C's. 2 C's and G's and 2 A's and T's. With the representation we have. You don't necessarily have to do it in the same colors. You could do it...
And then you go to the next one of the same colors, just switch it so the orange on the opposite side is the last one.
Yes. You can do that because... Or you could just flip it around if you put it on the same side because it's a what do you call it? Yep. It's a toothpick. So then you've got all your little nucleotides which attach your 2 strands of DNA. And they're what makes you different and like... They're what's different in everyone, like microscopically and chemically. In your...
There you have it.
So then you've got your little DNA replica, which you could eat, though I wouldn't recommend it. They might be kind of old by the time you get them. And Kameryn and I did have to put them in all of them. Our hands are always clean, but we did have to put them all in, so I don't know if I'd recommend eating them, but they technically are edible, so I will say that. But yeah, so then you have your little DNA structure.
How cool is that?
Yep. So that's really it for this last craft, guys. So really sad that this is going to be over, but hopefully we'll see you tomorrow at trivia. If not, then at the Zoom meeting on Thursday. And if not that, then hopefully we will see you at our end of summer walkthrough, which we're going to be doing on August 31st. So August 31st, like somewhere around 2 to 6, there's going to be some treats and a few games and photo boards that you can take pictures with. And you can come and meet us. We've met a few of you, but we haven't met that many of you, so it'd be nice to actually get to meet you guys. But we're doing a walkthrough, so not everyone's going to be here like at the same time. So you can come anyone from 2 to 6, play a little game, get a little treat, and then you can meet us, take some photos on the photo boards, and get a little certificate that will say like your reading hours and your name and stuff, and it's signed by us as well. So it'll be a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll get to meet you guys there. And if we don't see you before then, hopefully we'll see you then. And so before I forget, the Beanstack code
is cohesion. So that is COHESION.
Yeah, that's right. So cohesion. So you can have your parents put that in, or you can put that into your Beanstack account to get the badge for this week's senior craft. Yeah, that's it, guys. So we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.